Yo, what's going on, BrewTube? It's your host, Shannon Harris, aka the Brew Brother, and you are tuning in to another one of my craft beer reviews. Today, we are again featuring Trillium Brewing Company out of Boston, Mass. One of my favorite breweries on the East Coast, if not the US, when it comes to those New England style IPAs or those East Coast IPAs that everyone is seeming to love, including myself these days. If you're not familiar with the whole East Coast IPA haze or craze, I should say, is much different than your typical West Coast IPA where you get that clean, clear clarity of beer that's a light golden color, maybe even dark, kinda you can see through it. It's more bittering and hops, and you get that little grapefruit juiciness bite from your traditional Pacific Northwest IPAs. But with the East Coast, you're going to get more of an aromatic feel and sense when it comes where the hops shine more in the scent than in the taste. So you're not getting as much bitterness. You're just getting more of the juiciness of it, as I could say. The beer pours looking like orange juice. The aromas of citrus, or of like papaya, mango, pineapple, tangerine, of that such. And the hop characters that they use to try to get those aromatics to shine through the beer. That's what's shining in the look and the aroma of the beer. So let's get into it. Today we are doing a double IPA called Vicinity. Again, this is from Trillium Brewing Company, one of my favorite breweries. They're making some big noise over the last year, maybe even couple of years. They're actually looking to expand more by closing one of their major locations and going into a bigger distribution and bigger facility. So we're getting into the pour now, as I predicted and stated. You got that nice orange juice looking color, very golden, nice head, very aromatic. The hops are shining the most. It doesn't really tell you what specific hops they're using, but I'm going to guess. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. It could possibly be Citra, Mosaic, maybe even Galaxy too, but I'm sure if it's Galaxy, they love to brand the hop shine character on the cans. They do have like double dry hop, Galaxy dry hop, Mosaic hop, Citra hop on a lot of different style of the IPAs that they're making. Of course, these reviews are only based on my sole opinion. In no way am I a BJCP judge or a certified Cicerone. So these are just my intakes on these particular style of beers that I love. Trillium is always cracking out some amazing beers. Love the color of all of their IPAs. I mean, look at that. That is just gorgeous. That makes you want to wake up in the morning and have it with some eggs and some pancakes. Very, very aromatic beer. Very soft mouthfeel. A lot of things that come with the ingredients with doing these New England IPAs is the mouthfeel. You're going to get that very soft, silky, not too punch you in the face type of mouthfeel. And I think that's from like the oats and the flake barley and other characteristics in the grain bill that they throw in there. And it also takes part of the water chemistry that they're using to brew these particular beers. Definitely, Trillium always gets a 5 out of 5 stars when it comes to me rating any of their beers. Everyone always hit me up and ask me, what's one of my favorite East Coast breweries that produces these type of beers that I can recommend to them if they never had them? And I always want to give it up for Trillium. And there's a few others on the list that hopefully I can acquire their beers and get some reviews going on. But this one is hands down one of my favorites. They make so many other beers that fall into my favorites, like the Fort Point series. They have a Galaxy dry hop, double dry hop, Fort Points. Even the regular, that's just your standard pale ale, still have the same look and mouthfeel, but it's really, really rich in flavor. They also make Cutting Tiles, which is more on the sweeter side of the IPAs because they add a little bit of honey to the build of that beer. That's one of my great ones. Congress Street, Summer Street, A Street, PM Dawn is one of their coffee stouts that is absolutely amazing. That review is coming soon. But yeah, definitely get your hands on some Trillium. Very, very awesome beer. Awesome brewery. Shout out to the team over there. I just can't get enough of this damn beer. Man, I'm telling you, your first sip, first whiff, is very welcoming. That aroma is like something that I would love to just bathe in and be able to smell this all day. Being a home brewer myself, I try my hand at New England style IPAs, and it's definitely a style of beer that I would like to master myself on a homebrew level. So shit, I can drink them all the time by just brewing them myself. There's a lot of other breweries that's doing the same thing with these amazing New England IPAs, such as Monkish, Treehouse, Tired Hands, just to name a couple who are knocking these out of the park. Vicinity is an amazing beer. Definitely want to get your hands on it. Like I said, the aromatics is out of this world. It's been actually a while since I had this particular beer. And that nose is just absolutely amazing. The flavor is very juicy. Can't really pinpoint what type of tropical fruit that I'm getting off that. It got this little bit of bitterness, a little bit of hot bite from it. I'm curious to what the IBUs are on this beer. I'm gonna have to look that up later. But I'm getting this really citrus punch. I really can't put my finger on what it is. Not really pineapple because it's not really that sweet. Maybe like a ripe mango, like when you get it when it's really fresh, the skin over it is still a little bit green, and you're getting a little bit of that citrus grain or that citrus bitterness from being a little bit too ripe. But that's probably the best way that I can explain it, is that it's like a really sharp, ripe mango punch that I'm getting on the flavor. Like I said, you do get a little bit of that hop back bite in the flavor a bit. Not too bitter, but it is pretty bitter. It's definitely noticeable. But definitely, if you're not a fan of IPAs or double IPAs, and you're so used to that overly bitter, that overly grapefruit type of bite, you're not going to get that with this one. It's just very subtle. You can get it, but it's not punching you in the face. So I think it's very welcoming for a double IPA. Even for newbies that want to get into trying new beers, this is one that you could probably really enjoy and love. I'm enjoying every sip of this one. Yeah, that's enjoyable as shit. Very crushable. I can see that sneaking up on you. It says 8% alcohol by volume. So it is like your typical double IPA. Maybe you have like Pliny or a Heady Topper or any other double IPA. They usually range around 8% or a little bit higher than that. So double IPA, very, very awesome, very good. I'm a huge fan of everything that Trillium does. I love their can art to all of their beers. Pretty epic. They usually do about 2 or 3 releases a week, which makes it easy if you live in an area that you can kind of go out there and accumulate those beers. You don't have to wait for them to drop once a month or every blue moon. They're pretty available every week. And now that they have 2 locations, it makes it a lot easier to acquire these beers, especially if you are local. I need to find me a best friend out there, so when these releases do drop, I can have somebody send more to me. But I'm here in Austin, Texas. Fortunately, they do not distribute outside of the Boston, Massachusetts area. I heard through the grapevine that sometimes some of their cans or their bottles may overflow to like local bottle shops surrounding the breweries. But other than that, you will not be able to find it. I know we can't get it in Texas. When I used to live in California, you can't get it there. So if you are looking to acquire any Trillium beers, and I do highly recommend when Vicinity is a beer that's available, you go out and try to trade for it. That's how I get most of my beers, is by beer trading, and it makes it easier to acquire. But make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel. Sorry for the delay in videos. I hope to pick things back up more. But I thank you for tuning in to this beer review of me reviewing Vicinity by Trillium. I'm going to finish off the rest of this can. And it is a Super Bowl today, so we're going to see who wins between the Falcons and the Patriots today. Hopefully the Falcons win. Just want to throw Brady a little salt. But yeah, thank you again for tuning in. That is my review for Vicinity from Trillium Brewing. East Coast IPA. Make sure you get some of this highly crushable double IPA of a juice bomb. Light bitterness, a lot of citrus aroma, mild, kind of sharp, I should say. Not even mild, but a little sharp citrus mango character on the taste. Great mouthfeel of the beer. Aroma is great. The look of it is absolutely delicious. Cheers until the next review. See y'all next time.